Have you ever wondered how the conflict in the Middle East between Iraq and Israel began? Let's delve into the genesis of this complex and ongoing strife. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. It was a momentous event, marking the birth of a new nation, but it also ignited a series of wars with neighboring Arab countries. Iraq, though not sharing a border with Israel, was no exception to this. The Iraqi government, along with other Arab nations, refused to recognize Israel's legitimacy, leading to a state of perpetual conflict. And thus, the seeds of discord were planted, setting the stage for a long and tumultuous history of hostility and warfare. This was just the beginning. As time went on, the conflict deepened and widened, pulling in global superpowers. One of the focal points of this conflict is the Temple Mount. But why is it so significant? The Temple Mount, known as Haram al-Sharif to Muslims, is a site of immense religious and historical significance. For Jews, it's the location of two ancient temples, the last of which was destroyed by the Romans in the year 70 AD. This place is seen as the spiritual epicenter of Judaism. For Muslims, the same compound houses the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, where it's believed that the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. This makes it one of the holiest sites in Islam, right after Mecca and Medina. The dual significance of this site has led to a contentious struggle for control, with both sides laying claim. One group that has been particularly active in this struggle are the Murabitat, a collective of Palestinian women dedicated to defending the Al-Aqsa Mosque against what they perceive as Israeli incursions. Despite facing bans and restrictions, they continue to protest and confront Israeli forces. This struggle over the Temple Mount is not just about religion, it's deeply political. The site has become a symbol of the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with each side viewing control of the mount as a validation of their claims to the land. The Temple Mount is not just a religious symbol, but also a political flashpoint. Global superpowers have played a crucial role in shaping the Middle East conflict. But what exactly is their interest? At the heart of their engagement lies a complex web of strategic and political interests. Superpowers such as the United States and Russia have had significant influence over the course of the Iraq-Israel conflict, each with their unique stance and objectives. The United States, for instance, has historically supported Israel, citing shared democratic values and strategic partnerships. It has often played the role of a mediator in peace negotiations, while also providing military and financial support to Israel. On the other hand, Russia, with its historical ties to the Arab world, has often strived to maintain a balanced position, engaging with both Israel and Iraq. It has utilized its influence to broker ceasefires and propose peace plans, while also maintaining its strategic interests. These superpowers' actions are not merely acts of international diplomacy, they reflect their geopolitical interests, energy security concerns, and the desire to maintain regional stability. The involvement of global superpowers has added another layer of complexity to the conflict. The war between Iraq and Israel has been one of the most significant events in this conflict. This confrontation was not just about territorial disputes, but also about religious and cultural identities. The crux of the matter was the Temple Mount, a site sacred to both Jews and Muslims. As the war escalated, the impact on the people and the region was profound. Lives were lost, infrastructure was destroyed, and communities were displaced. Iraq, historically a powerhouse in the region, found itself in direct confrontation with Israel, a nation whose existence was seen by many in the Arab world as an affront. The battlefields were not just in the desert sands, but also in the corridors of global power, where superpowers jostled to maintain their influence. The war became a symbol of the broader Arab-Israeli conflict, with Iraq positioning itself as a champion of the Palestinian cause. The ferocity of the fighting and the high human cost underscored the depth of the animosity and the complexity of the issues at hand. The fallout of the war was far-reaching. It reshaped the political landscape of the Middle East, altered alliances, and deepened sectarian divides. The echoes of this war continue to reverberate in the ongoing conflict, making it a pivotal chapter in the history of the region. The war has left a lasting legacy on the region and continues to shape the dynamics of the conflict. So, where are we now in this long-standing conflict? Today, the tension remains palpable, with the Temple Mount issue still at the heart of it. The Palestinian group Murabitat continues to defend Al-Aqsa Mosque against Israeli incursions, despite prohibitions and restrictions. The site, revered by both Muslims and Jews, is a flashpoint for clashes, particularly during religious observances like Ramadan and Passover. There's a rising concern that certain Israeli groups aim to replace the Dome of the Rock with a third Jewish temple, further escalating the conflict. The path to peace is fraught with hurdles, but the hope for a resolution endures. Let's take a minute to reflect on what we've learned. We delved into the genesis of the Middle East conflict, a tale steeped in historical, religious, and political tension. We explored the controversies surrounding Temple Mount, a significant site that's a touchstone of discord. We analysed the roles of global superpowers, whose interests and positions have influenced the course of the Iraq-Israel war. Finally, we examined the current situation, a complex panorama that continues to evolve. Understanding the complexities of the Middle East conflict helps us appreciate the challenges of finding a resolution. But as history has shown us, dialogues and understanding are the first steps towards peace.